There is something going on with meat products sold at stores. I'm talking hamburger meat, chicken, pork, you name it, right? Here lately, every time we buy like a pack of hamburger meat or some chicken, chicken legs, chicken breast, doesn't matter. The outside layer of it is getting rubbery, like rubber. It's juicy on the inside, but the outside's like rubber. We cooked some chicken legs the other day, and when it had the skin on it. When you bit into it, it was like rubber, but the meat was juicy. Yesterday, made a couple hamburger patties, same thing. Meat's juicy, but the outside is real rubbery. I don't know what they're putting in the meat here lately, but they're putting something in it that used to not be in it. Are they trying to stretch the amount of meat that they're selling? Because prices shot up, remember? Prices shot up on like hamburger meat, like $5 a pound. Well, what's something they could do to make it way more? They could put more stuff in it, right? They could put, heck, anything in it, right? To make it way more. I'm wondering if that's what's going on, because here lately, anytime we cook store-bought hamburger meat, it doesn't taste right. It's rubbery. Same thing with chicken. It doesn't matter if it's chicken legs, chicken breast, chicken thighs, wings. It's got this rubbery feeling to it, but it's juicy on the inside. Once you get past the outer layer, it's good. What is going on? Do you think they're actually doing stuff to our meat? We all know they're wanting to push us to this fake meat stuff. That's been on the books for a while now, right? Trying to get us to go over to fake meat. But it's got me wondering, because a lot of people tell you go on a carnivore diet. And of course, a lot of people's going to tell you should be buying your meat from the butcher or whatever. And I agree 100% with that. Most of y'all know that most of our meat comes from the deers that we harvest during deer season. But occasionally we stop and buy some hamburger meat or some chicken or something, right? Just like everybody. But here lately, it's made me not want to buy it. Number one, the price of it. Around here, you might catch hamburger meat $2.99 a pound on sale. If you buy like 5 or more pounds, it's usually $73.27 or something like that. But it averages around $4 to $5 a pound here. Chicken, y'all all know it's outrageous. And of course, all this bird flu and stuff, I'm wondering if they're killing off chickens again, making chicken price go up. But here lately, something is wrong with the meat that you buy. Are you seeing it in your area? Are you noticing a taste difference in the meat? Is it almost like they're adding stuff to it, right? I don't remember ever until the last year or two, especially the hamburger meat in the last month or two, that it's rubbery tasting on the outside. But once you get past that outer layer, it's all right. It's strange. It almost makes me wonder if they're putting like wood fibers in it or something. And some of y'all go, they ain't gonna put wood in it, but they put all kinds of stuff in stuff. We all know that. And now, because they have to label everything, we actually know what's in the food, right? Guys, it's getting to the point where you can't afford meat, number one. Number two, when you buy it, you expect it to be good, especially at this extortionate pricing, right? You expect the meat to be really good, but it's not. It's like, this wasn't worth the money I paid for it. I mean, we bought hamburger meat maybe 2 years ago, and it was the good stuff, right? The real good, expensive stuff. You couldn't even make a hamburger patty out of it. You try to make a patty, it just fall apart. And now the stuff makes a good patty, but it's rubbery on the outside when you cook it. Even if you cook it in chili or spaghetti or something like that, you can still taste that rubbery, that chewy feeling. It's not overcooked or anything like that. It's almost like there is something in the meat that's causing that. Maybe you're not seeing it in your area. Maybe y'all still getting good meat. But here in my area of Alabama, the meat's been kind of funky here lately. We're just like everybody else. We stop, we buy meat on occasion. Most of our meat does come from deer season. I mean, that's just the way we are. But occasionally, you might want a chicken or something. We raise chickens, but we haven't harvested any here lately. Matter of fact, the last few chickens we had, we gave to my daughter-in-law because we were having issues with things getting in the coop and killing them, and we couldn't get it fixed. So we moved some chickens around. But it's getting to the point when you're paying these prices, $5 a pound for hamburger meat, you expect that meat to be good, right? You don't expect it to have some funky taste or funky smell or texture when you eat it, right? And I've noticed too, we bought 2 tubes of hamburger meat, not back to back like one day and next day, but over the last 3 months we bought a tube of hamburger meat. One tube was good and reddish looking, right? The way you remember hamburger meat. The next tube was pink. And I'm like, they got to be adding dye to this, because the last tube was red. This tube's pink. What's going on here? Something's up with the meat. If you're seeing it in your area, comment on this, because there's something going on with it. Meat is not supposed to taste like rubber when you're eating it. We're even seeing it on steaks and things like that. Like the outer edge is kind of rubbery, but it's worse on chicken And it's really bad on hamburger meat. And it doesn't matter if you buy the good 90-10, 80-20, 73-20, whatever it's all got that rubbery taste to it. And of course, some of you are going to say you should be buying your meat from a butcher and this and that, and I agree. The problem is it's just too dang expensive to buy meat from a butcher. You'll hear people all the time, you need to buy half a cow or whole cow or anything like that. It's a great plan, right? Until you sit down and figure out, well, that's $800. You know, you figure all your meat up, you're still paying $4 to $5 a pound, which works out good when you go to roast and steaks, right? But you're still paying that $4 to $5 for hamburger meat. May be cheaper in your area if you buy from a butcher or a half cow or something. But and another thing, just because the butcher tells you this cow was raised out here in the grass, you don't know what was sprayed on that grass or what the neighbor sprayed on the field next to it, right? We're in a point now where you're going to have to raise your own meat. And you're still going to be in the situation where if your neighbor's spraying something, did it waft over and get on your stuff? There is something wrong with meat at the grocery stores right now. Let me know if you're seeing it. Keep your head on a swivel. Be aware of your surroundings at all times. Protect yourself and your family at all times. At that moment, you're the only person who can do it. What is up with the meat? Why is it tasting like rubber no matter how you cook it? Rare, medium well, burnt. It's all tasting like rubber. Hamburger meat and chicken's the worst. Let me know if you're seeing it in your area.